About some of the greatest musical compositions ever written. Tune in weekdays 9 to 10 a.m. and Wednesday from 9 to 10:30.
KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center, here for you, providing safe, quality care. Stay informed on the COVID-19 developments to protect yourself and your loved ones at sanjuanregional.com or the COVID-19 information line at 505-516-0938 or 888-949-5387. San Juan Regional Medical Center, caring for the Four Corners since 1910.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived in Philadelphia. Local time is 3:05 p.m. and the temperature is 67 degrees. At this time, you are now free to use your cellular devices.
You know that feeling when you get to turn your phone on after the plane lands? You can have that feeling every time you drive. Make sure your cell phone is stowed away whenever you are behind the wheel.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Wednesday morning here on KSJE, and time to take our weekly trip to the Encouragement Lab. And there he is, Dr. Mike Hattabaugh, joining us from the lab this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott.
Thank you for being here again this week, and appreciate it very much. And this week we're talking about problems, huh?
We all have got problems, don't we?
We do. How much time you got?
Well, so I've got just a really quick, we got 5 minutes here to really give some good information here. So I want to get right to it. So here's the good and bad news: is most of your problems are real. They really are real problems.
Right.
But they're not as big as you think they are.
Aha. Okay.
So
how do you know that?
We've exaggerated our problems.
I see.
So I want to give you a really cool tool to process them that will help you think about your problems and put them maybe into a little bit of perspective.
Okay, I think that could be very helpful.
Yeah, so I call it the 5-5-5 rule.
All right.
So when you're faced with a problem, you need to ask these questions. What will this mean, this particular problem mean in 5 minutes?
Okay.
What will it mean in 5 hours?
Okay.
What will it mean in 5 weeks? 5 months, 5 years, and 5 decades.
Wow.
So, and you need to stop at the 5 where it really begins to matter.
Okay.
So, for instance, if I'm not breathing, 5 minutes is a big deal.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
But if I'm hungry, 5 minutes is probably not a big deal, but 5 hours probably is a big deal.
Okay, I follow.
Right? And if I'm just like, I didn't sleep well last night. Well, in 5 days, if I get 4 more nights of good sleep, it won't matter.
Right.
And then other issues, so like, I pulled my back a week or so ago, and I'm getting some therapy. So I'm hoping in 5 months, this won't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Because I'll have dealt with it.
Well,
if it's still bothering me in 5 months, then I probably need to ramp it up and go see somebody different.
Sure. But I would think for something like that, though, you'd want it fixed in 5 minutes, wouldn't you? It's pretty painful.
Well, I would love to, but the problem is so like for instance, one of the things that I'm learning is, when you've hurt your back, stretching it right away isn't probably a good thing. You want it to rest, but get like walking in or something, right? So I'm just saying those are just examples of that, right?
Sure.
But so many of our problems we face in relationships, in physical issues, whatever, we don't stop and go, okay, is this a short-term problem or is this a long-term problem? Is this a catastrophic problem or is this just a minor inconvenience?
Right. And that's a good tool to put things into perspective. I like that very much.
Yeah, because one of the things our brain naturally, we're kind of, coded to have this fight or flight effect, and so when we encounter a problem, we tend to want to get going on it right away.
Right.
But the reality is that sometimes the problem needs to just wait for a bit, and it doesn't need our immediate attention. It can wait because it may resolve itself over time, and we won't have to do anything, as opposed to, no, I have to fix this now, as opposed to, giving it some space.
Right. And I would think, Dr. Hattabaugh, this could be very helpful with maybe our spouses, significant others who have problems and come to us with their problems, or children, to maybe keep it into perspective, because sometimes we're not the most objective observers in those cases, to say that.
Yeah. So my wife's a fourth grade teacher, and one of the things that baffles her is how concerned some parents are about their fourth graders' grades.
Right.
My kid has to make straight A's, and it's like, well, why? Are they going to submit their fourth grade to their college application?
Right.
It's more internal driven, right? It's like, I've got to tell all my friends on Facebook that my kid has straight A's.
Well, yeah, put the bumper sticker on the van, of course.
Yeah. So again, the problem isn't going to make an impact. Now, 5-6 years from now, when your kid hits high school, now those grades are going to begin to impact their future. But right now, it might be good for your child to experience some negative grades, because they might learn how to do things in a different way that will make them more successful in their future. So again, there isn't like a set of circumstances about, well, this 5 will mean this under these circumstances. It's evaluating it in a very subjective way.
Sure. But I like it, and it puts it into perspective, and I think that's a good thing we could all use these days. So thank you very much. The rule of 5s, huh?
So 5-5-5 rule is what's this going to mean 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days, 5 years from now? And a lot of times we find out that what we consider our problems really aren't going to matter when we get further down the road.
I like it. Dr. Hattabaugh, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
That is Dr. Mike Hattabaugh. He is with me every Wednesday, live and direct from the Encouragement Lab right here on KSJE Farmington.